Metzeler Tires is a proud sponsor of Creative Cycles TV. In its 130-year history, Metzeler has always satisfied market demands with innovation. Metzeler has always been an industry leader, setting trends that others are still trying to achieve. Doug Heim has used Metzeler on most of his prized customs. Please visit us at www.us.metzlermoto.com.
As you can see on this particular motorcycle, I've had a very, very good long-term relationship with Shannon Rodman from Rodman Machine. The set of wheels that you see on this bike are both very, very aerodynamic. That goes along with the rest of the flow of the motorcycle. These are a set of one-off billet wheels. Ton of money, ton of time to design. You can see the fasteners that go through the outboard ring that attach it to the actual hub or the rim spoke portion of the wheel. Each one of these are, of course, drilled into the center and tapped. Both sides are the same. The bolts that you see are not through bolts. The brake rotor that you see attached here, to the best of my knowledge, is a first. The actual rotor material itself is aluminum. To the best of my knowledge, all of the perimeter brake rotors that have been done to date have been done out of stainless steel. In addition to having a very unique aluminum ring, the surface that you see on it, the gray colored surface, is actually ceramics, which we have had ceramics bonded to the aluminum in an effort to give us a stopping surface that is absolutely fade free because, of course, just like your coffee cup, ceramics are not affected by hot or cold. They do not expand and contract, hence they will be able to handle the heat. We think it's going to be certainly unique and perhaps a new trend in the industry.
Well, we've had to kind of go backward to go forward on good old Agnes here. Shannon, for some reason, is amongst the missing. We haven't been able to get him via internet or via phone, and that kind of puts me in a bind. We had a problem with the new axle clamps that were sent to us that featured that absolutely gorgeous axle and the absolutely gorgeous little trim ring on the end. The problem is the axle doesn't work. The axle's too long. We also, after the fact, found out that this axle is slightly under 1 inch in diameter. As a result, the 1 inch axle won't fit through these bearings. Without knowing where we're going here because of a lack of contact and communication with Shannon, we're going back to the old axle and the old axle clamps. The new problem is that the axle that was made for this, and again, we're talking one-off stuff and things happen. This is a prototype front end. This prototype front end is going to be turned into a production piece. Well, the production piece is slightly wider in its spread. That having been said, you can see that our axle is too long. It kind of sticks out a great deal. So we now have to make a new axle. Sounds simple, but again, time consuming when we don't have time. This was the original bottom clamp on the fork leg for the axle. As you can see, the new one is a much cooler looking part, as well as it has a much better looking trim ring, which mimics the appearance of the axle from the other side. Very cool looking part. Well, we found that we had a problem. If you look down on the inside of it, you can see that it's missing the dowel holes. The dowel holes are important because it helps to keep the bottom bracket in place and located on the bottom of the fork. In addition, it helps to keep the two axle holes in line with one another. Well, while it's not a huge problem, it was a problem. And we had to come up with a creative way to locate these holes to duplicate them into the new brackets. Thanks to Jim Miller, that was figured out. We used the digital readout on the milling machine, figured it out, poked them. As you can see, those are in place. This is the new front hub that we've been waiting on. Pretty hardy. We've been looking for a wheel hub because, as you can see, we have eliminated the brake rotor from bolting onto this surface. As a result,
had you put this on here with the perimeter brake rotor, would have been kind of ugly. So we had to have a new hub milled to still allow us to bolt the two halves together so that we could bolt this half to that half, but it's nice and clean now. So that's taken care of. We will send this out and have this finish done on this part when we're done. Of course, have the bearing transferred over, etc.
Metzeler Tires is a proud sponsor of Creative Cycles TV. In its 130-year history, Metzeler has always satisfied market demands with innovation. Metzeler has always been an industry leader, setting trends that others are still trying to achieve. Doug Heim has used Metzeler on most of his prized customs. Please visit us at www.us.metzlermoto.com.